happening? What is happening? Hello, all of my friends. We've got a kind of a special stream going today. I'm fixing to start something for you. This will be, I don't usually do early bird giveaways, but we are doing one today. So you will find out what you won once we choose. Once we choose the name, you will find out what we won. I saw that Hunting Southwest Ohio has done come in with the 5 WalkerMagnet membership. We have Bellows Forge, Ron Hathaway, Lola Udy, Lisa Anderson, and Jean Anderson. The Anderson twins also got memberships. And then I saw that, who was that? Brian and the twins can't ever get a box, boo-hoo. Oh, but he has been a star supporter, even though he can't ever get a box for 14 months. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it greatly. So make sure you get in on the giveaway. This is a special giveaway. I will give you the details after we're done. Brian Robeson, how are you? NC Prospectors in the house. I see 35 people in the chat, and you don't want to miss this 58 seconds to get in on this giveaway. You got 58 seconds to get in on the giveaway. 35 people in, 22 in. Well, I'm going to wait because sometimes it messes up the deal. If I seem a little out of sorts today, I've got a bad tooth. They were supposed to call me something in yesterday to help with it, and they didn't. So we are meandering along, but not at top form. But we will make it. We will make it. So we've got a 19 seconds. We've got 26 people in, 34 people hanging around the outside skirts there. 34. We've got 9 seconds to go. Thank you, Hunting South, and thank you for the membership, my friend. I hope your home repairs are going well. Ron Pierce, how are you? All right, that's going to do it. We're going to draw a winner, and the winner is going to be NC Prospectors. So NC Prospectors, you might be saying to yourself, self, what have I won? Well, my friend, you have won. Let me check something right quick. Let's see. All right, so what you have won, my friend, is the first box. You have won the first box. Michael Erickson bought both boxes today, and right off the bat, he was like, let's do something fun with this today. Let's give one away. So we gave that away to NC Prospectors. You have won the first box, but you have to pick which box you want to start with, box 1 or 2. Box 1 or 2. Let me know. Let me know. Awesome. Yep. That was super generous of Michael Erickson, always thinking of others. So box 1 or 2, 1 or 2, box 1, he says. All right, I'm going to clear this. We completed that. We got another giveaway at 50 likes. And so now I can put NC Prospectors. You are the winner. And let's get started. You said box 1. Oh, I got to get my chat. I got some stuff I still need to do. Got a little bit out of sorts there. And then I need to, oh, my tooth is hurting. It got better last night. It wasn't that bad when I went to bed, but it is pounding today. Edit. Customization. Subscribers, 1 minute. No heart thingy in the bottom right. Save. All right, should be good to go. Box number 1 says NC Prospectors. Now, we are hoping that these are circulated. You know, we had some last week that were heavily uncirculated. There were some new coins. It wasn't a total bust, but I did not feel good last Saturday signing off on Mike's box. So we did another box for him Wednesday. Got a lucky out of the ordinary box from the credit union. It was not good either. So hopefully we're back on something. I saw Rob had a big box last night. Pa has been popping good silver in his NF String and Son box, so it is my turn. Our turn. I wonder if it's possible that I see a NIFC ender, so we will have a find to get us started. There are some new coins in here. There's a 2012, so we may have elevated amount of NIFCs on there. So let me run through the chat and see who we have in there. I see BH Ringer, Brian and the Twins, Brian Robeson, Brown Sugar, Captain Vic. Brown Sugar, if you're listening, when I sent your package, I put a few little extra goodies in there that we talked about. So, Captain Vic, Chicken Man Dan, Chew, Crafty Dragon, Dad Spare Chain, Don Juan, Elizabeth Flood, Fleabag, Hunting Southwest Ohio, JC Likes Pam, Jim Cantor, Jim Thompson, Michael Erickson, NC Prospectors, Net Fiend, Nicole Erickson, Ron Pierce, Shell Bell, Starika, and Tom Thumb, and Gabe. Do not forget Gabe. Gabe is not able to participate in the chat, but he is a huge supporter of the fan. And, this is one of the things on the weekend that he looks forward to most. So, hello, Gabe. I hope you are well today. Give us some good luck for the hunt, and let's get going. Roll number one. Roll number one. You're welcome, Brown Sugar. Roll number one. So this is probably going to have some new ones in there, and NC Prospectors, I would hate to do this to anybody, but this is a free box, so if it does seem to be a little bit heavily circulated, we will search it regardless, since it was a giveaway box. And but it looks like it could be a good one. It's got some circulation to it. So hopefully we will check a few of these 2023 Ps, see if we can come up with a DDO there. But I'm not going to get bogged down on them. There is our first NIFC. I think we're going to have a sizable NIFC collection coming through here. There's a 2020. So we got two in the first row. So this may be another one of those two or, bunch. Yep, there's two more. Somebody has dumped NIFCs. 4 NIFCs in the first row. 4 NIFCs in the first row. Let's get to the finds. We're going to have to go ahead and get those on there. Good thing is it's going to easily make another 90, more than likely, unless I am extremely off on that. So everybody else finding silver, I'm finding NIFCs. Thank you. Be doing that again here before long. All of the other sports have kind of done their thing. We're down to baseball now. I don't guess anyone is watching the Summer League football. I haven't watched any of that yet. I have to be pretty hard up for viewing material before I watch that. I hope so, Dad Spare Change. I hope so for my donators. It's been a long minute since we put together anything good. So hopefully today is the day. Here's a nice 71. 2020. There's another NIFC 72D. And let's put that on the board. Row 2, 5 NIFCs. Oh, Chew won. Look at Chew. Look at won 100,000 walkers. PTF stacking. Driving to Kentucky as I type. You better not be texting and driving, PTF. Bad. We don't want any accidents. 2023 P. 2013 NIFC, 2004, 2013. The new coin that I'm seeing by the edges are not 2023s. They're mostly NIFCs. So there's a 71. So I was flicking around trying to find something to watch just for a little bit to take up the few minutes for my bedtime, and I come across the old stable Smokey and the Bandit was on Netflix. So I watched some of it toward bedtime, and it might just be my opinion, but I think that Trans Am with the big Firebird on the hood was one of the prettiest cars, in that lineup. You got the Camaro, the Trans Am, the Firebird, all those slots in that time frame. But that color scheme and that car was, to me, one of the best looking Camaro, Firebird, Trans Am type of vehicles. And I didn't know what your opinion might be. There is another one. I'll put it right there. That's going to give us 10 total. Now, I have to tell you that, Fleabag, Sally Field was one of the best looking young actresses during that time, and I have always been a huge fan of hers. But yeah, she was gorgeous back in her day, for sure. We are up to 10 NIFCs, but that card to me just is so pretty. And the fact of the matter is, it was not a very powerful car that I remember. That's Fair Change had a black Trans Am back in the day. Did get a speeding ticket the one time they caught me. Well, I remember, talk being that they weren't that powerful a car. I think they came with a 302 in them or something like that. So they didn't get all the donkeys that they could have. There is another NIFC and another. Both of those were 2020s. Ron Pierce said mine was Pull Me Over Red. Yeah, that's my truck now. I have a Pull Me Over Red truck. But I have always loved those cars. If I could ever tinker around and get a car, just to have something to work on and do some things with, that would probably be the one I would be looking for. Oh, yours had the big motor in it. Yep. Because I think they came with a 302 in it, and it was not very strong. But I have always thought that car was, and it doesn't do super well on if you restore them and try to put them at auction. I have not seen one go for big money on Barrett Jackson or any of that kind of stuff. So if we see Nick Molnar in the chat, I'll send him an email. I haven't gotten a reply yet, but I need to get his address. I'm trying to get his goodies shipped out to him that y'all were so good to donate for shipping on that. And I do have that ready to go, but my stamps.com program required a phone number if you're shipping out of the country. Why, I have no clue. But so I got to get a phone number for him. I'm going to get a little closer on that. I got to get a phone number for him before I can get it. Hey, Yenny, 302 was a Ford Mo that came out. Oh, I'm sorry. Was it 305 then? I mixed my numbers up. It was, or 327. Maybe it was a 327. Maybe it was a 327. Thank you for correcting me there, Yenny. I said the first engine combination that came to mind. There's a 2002 NIFC. I'm going to just add those every now and then. I think we're at 10 NIFCs right now. That one might not have any. That would be the first row probably without an NIFC. Okay, BH Ringer, if you want to email me that, that's fine. I've got it all ready to go. I just could not print shipping on it because I didn't have his phone number. And then I can get it headed his way next week. $72D. Looking forward to finishing off watching the Masters this week. Watched a little bit of it during the week, but I don't foresee myself trying to do a whole lot with this tooth throbbing. So I will try to catch it today and tomorrow. I love golf. I don't necessarily like to watch the whole thing, but when it's the Masters, I love to watch all of it. All of it. 2023P. Oh yeah, it's a beautiful car. Absolutely beautiful. (2013), 2003. Two more NIFCs. That's going to give us 16, 17, 18, 71. Oh, that's a proof. That is a proof. It is not a very pretty proof, but it is a proof. Look at there. Looky there. Snuck one in on us. Snuck one in on us. Let me see if I've got my... I kept a cloth in here, but I don't have it right now. Give me just a second. This thing is tarnished. Oh, there it is. We'll try to get some of the... Yep, I agree, Crafty. I have not seen any 2025s yet. We did find some 2024P nickels in the box that I was hunting. I got about halfway through that. Well, there's not a whole lot of help in that NC, but it is approved. So we do have another find on the board. Let's go ahead and update that now. We have now 18 NIFCs and one proof. We're getting some of the hard ones out of the way. We just need to find some silver and miscellaneous, and we will be on the way. These wrappers seem to be tearing better, a little bit different in the wrapper. But you know, you got to figure if somebody dumped all these NIFCs, maybe they dumped some silver in there with it. There's a 2004 and a 2012. It's going to give us an even 20. Even 20. Somebody dumped them. Brian Robeson. Yeah, I do too. I love proof, but that one was not a very pretty one. But proof it is, and it is yours. 71D. There's Tom Thumb coming in with the slots win. I don't care if they send my pain medication or not, but if they would send that antibiotic so I could get started on it, I would love to get that going today instead of having to wait till all the way next week to get it some relief of this stuff. Thank you, BH. Kind of snuck up on me. 72p. $72D. And another D. Hey, Lucky James. Lucky James Eller. Maybe you bring us some silver luck, James. We need it. We need it. I haven't gotten a flat box in a while. I could. There's a 2013. I'm going to change these from 5s to 10s. And keep stacking. It's going to be a big one. Going to be a big silver box, NIFC box. 72D. 72p. I looked today. I didn't see anything from you. Was it recently or was it some time ago, Brian? Because I did look. We were trying to see if we could get in touch with Lori Camarista. Nobody's seen her lately. So if any of you have contact with Lori, would you please let her know that we're asking about her and hoping that everything is fine. There is 2 more. Usually see her more on Hunting Southwest Ohio's channel. I think I may be a little early for her, but hopefully she is well. You know, with these long distance relationships, which is kind of gets forced on you with this. Man, these roads are finally tearing good though. Makes the hunt go a lot quicker. You can show off my car. All right, give me just a second. Let me see if I can find that, Brian. Paul will be on today. No auction. I guess Treasure Hog is still digging out from the flooding that he experienced with the last storms that went through. All right, so I'm going to change over to the Windows capture, and I'm going to show you Brian in the twins' car, a beautiful, beautiful Camaro. Give me just a second. That ain't it. Yeah, that is it. What will I have to close though? Why is it not showing? Oh, there it is. That's one picture. And then he has another one. Thanks for sharing that, Brian. I love Camaros. That was a 327 emblem on the fender there. Beautiful car, beautiful car. Man, I bet you were sweating bullets with the hurricanes and stuff that come through there. Having that kind of beauty sitting in the garage or however you keep it. Very nice. Oh, cool, Brian. Man, that's awesome that you're able to carry that on and keep it in the family. I know some twins that would be mighty glad to take that off your hands, probably. Got another 2020. And another 2020. And another 2020. 2013, 2013, gonna give us 30 NIFCs in the first 11 rows. Okay, I can do that. Oh yeah. That's a beaut. That's a beaut, Clark. There's the old timey there. That's old timey. That's, I can see Bert and Sally. Was it T-top or is it hard top? Can't tell, Dad. Beautiful car though. All right. 72p. And you said it was stolen? Yours was hardtop. Was stolen in the mid-80s. Man, that's sick. That is sick. Sickening. Hey, Jeff Cotton. Trying to find some silver. Still struggling. Michael Erickson was nice enough to buy both boxes today, and he gave the first box pick away to NC Prospectors. So we are hunting a box for him as we speak. Hoping to find, man, what a beautiful 72D. If that was a no FG, ain't no telling what that would be worth. 73. Good to see you, Jeff. Thanks for dropping in. I am fighting a toothache. I hope to get rectified Monday or soon. Probably have to spend a few days on antibiotic before they go digging. Yeah, well, you know, hopefully you would have learned your lesson before you totaled the car, and you'd still have it today if it hadn't been for that no count. I was watching that Smokey and the Bandit and all, and I was like, you know, I don't think that movie get made today with that script. $71D. I marked on. Check it out anyway. Check it out anyway. Paul always said that was his goal in life, was to find a DDO that had been marked, that somebody had marked, and it was really a DDO. And then if I remember right, the movie Hooper had another one of those cars, but it was like a burnt orange looking color, if I remember right. 3 2013s in a row. 72p. $71D. Another $71D. $2013 2023. I knew we were probably looking at an NIFC box when I saw that we had two enders. There's another 2013. There's a 23P. Mark Spafford said, I had an 85 Buick Regal stolen. It was recovered 4 days later in the same town. Picked it up, drove it for 8 months before I realized they never removed it. Did you get pulled over like with guns drawn and everything? My uncle had a 71. 71, I would have been what? That can't be right. It was an early 70s Oldsmobile that he bought when he was in the service. Was it an Oldsmobile? I think it was a Cutlass. But that thing was built to run, and he was going to give it to me. I just had to go to New Mexico and get it and drive it back. My mom wouldn't let me. So I never did get it. He ended up selling it to somebody. Got pulled over at 3 a.m. in the Taco Bell drive-thru. $71D. So the paper's a little better. It's tearing better when I take it off to start the roll. So we have that, if nothing else. $20.20, 2023P. $20.13. Gonna give us 30 NIFCs. I'm gonna go ahead and update the board on that even number. And done. Grand Prix, when he graduated high school, drove it to Wyoming when I moved. Yeah, I bet. I bet. I own two cars that I would have loved to have kept. One was Chevy C10, one of the old 60s models, 66, 67. And then I had a El Camino, an 86, I believe it was, 80 or an 82 El Camino. And I wish I had kept the 82. I wish I had kept the El Camino, but I didn't. Saw something else I thought I had to have, and Allison was so mad. Okay, thank you. Pause spare time, member for 20 months. Hello, Walker and friends. Come on, Silver. Come on, NIFCs. Because that's what we're doing right now is knocking out the NIFCs. But, in my brain, I'm thinking, if they dumped all these, I guess maybe they knew that there wasn't a ton of value in them. But, if you could put together a few, you might be able to get $1 a piece for them, which would be more, right? Be more. Oh, yeah. I was just watching a YouTube video before we got started. They were working on a Dodge Coronet, Hey there, Martin Bowen. Hope you and Gabe are doing well. Box is off to a rocky start. We can't seem to find any shine Y. Plenty of NIFCs, so somebody did something. Somebody dumped something. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, NC Prospectors. We'll be surely thinking and praying for you guys. Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. I see my dad each and every week, and I don't know, how long he'll still be with us, but got to make hay while the sun's shining, as he would say. Yeah, that was the car in the my cousin Benny. That was the car in my cousin Benny that they got. Hey, Gatita, 50 likes. All right, about time. About time. Let me get this roll opened and spread out, and then we will get 50 likes going. Appreciate that, everybody. 50 likes is 2 Rosie dimes today. 3 minutes to get in. Like we got a grease strike there. Got the numbers almost. Can't hardly even see them. $74D. $2013, $2013, $2013, $2013. Reckon why they had so many 2013s. 72D, 71. 74. 72D. Pa, I hope y'all are well, and good luck on your hunts today. Pa will be on after me with, hey Lisa D. I saw your full name somewhere, Lisa D, and I have a stepsister with the same name. I thought that was kind of cool. You got 1:24 to go. 24 seconds to go. All right, let's see. You got 51 seconds. 51 seconds. Yeah, NC, that's, that's can be a comfort. My mom suffered for years and years. So it was not without sadness, but was also thankful that she was no longer hurting. Thankful she was no longer hurting. You've got 24 seconds to go. 24 seconds to go. Let me get that caught back up. Paul, have you been watching the Masters? Have you been watching the Masters? I've got to change that back to dashboard. All right, here we go. Good luck, everybody. There's Nick. Nick, BH Ringer sent me your phone number. I needed your phone number to complete your shipping, so I hope you don't mind, but he helped me out and sent me sent me your number. I appreciate B8 for helping me out with that. And now we are picking a winner. This is for two Rosie dimes. JC likes Pam. Congratulations, JC. Michael Erickson bought both boxes today and donated the first box to chat. We did a drawing at the very beginning of the stream, and NC Prospectors won it. Michael wanted to try and get one of the regulars in on that, so that was mighty nice of him. All right, on we go. $2013. Oh yeah, it is. It's been a good one so far. I'm ready to see if the cream rises to the top. There's some bad luck though. I saw one guy coming into the green. I think it was on 13 or somewhere on the back 9. Beautiful shot. I mean, it was tracking on target, and you could see it in his mind. You know that he just thought he had hit a nice one, and it hit the flagpole, bounced back, and went in the water. Oh, more than likely, if that had been me, my golf club would have followed it. Then another guy hit one that a little too far into the green. It went all the way across the green. And then he chose to hit another shot from the same place. It went all the way across the green and into the water. It took him 3 shots to get close for him to get a putt, to get a double bogey or a triple bogey. Or those guys are amazing at what they do. Hey there, Leighton. Adventures with Maxwell. How are you doing, my friend? We are doing an NIFC hunt, unintentional, but you know, we got lemons, so we're trying to make some lemonade out of it. 72p. Oh, okay, I got you, Lisa. I got you. 2020, 72p. Vacation next week. Good deal. My son gets his week off next week too. I know he was looking forward to it. Hannah's been working hard and trying to get ahead. Okay, all right, Michael Erickson. Thank you, sir. As long as she's good, she can spend her time where she wants. I'm just a little concerned for her well-being. You get people you're used to seeing here and there, and then all of a sudden they're not, and being how it's such a disconnected type of existence, you know, you never know. You never know. Had a 2004 and a couple 2004. It's funny how these, there's another 2004. It's funny how these seem to run to date sometimes. That was 3 2004s in one row. Yep, hunting Southwest Ohio tonight. I hope I am able to get in my chair, and I might try to borrow Hannah's laptop so that I can chat like for real and not have to. That's the only thing about watching it on my TV. Okay, Nick, that's completely understandable, my friend. I just prayers be with him. I hope that they can stabilize him and that he recovers and able to have a good few years left. Copper Owl coins, yep, Copper Owl will be on. Paul Spare Time this afternoon. No auction, but boxes are sold out. And then Rick will be on tonight. We all miss Rick. We will have to see again what we're doing for the week if Rick's not on. Tuesday, I may do another fill-in. I understand, Nick. You know, it's great that they can give that comfort nowadays. You know, sorry that he's progressed to that point. Sorry that he's progressed to that point. Just hope they take good care of him. Yeah, I'm not sure. Somebody else did say that. I'm not sure how to do it. I haven't figured it out. I can comment, like I can watch the stream on my phone and have the, Lisa D says, last week my brother Gilbert passed away. We were having a celebration of life on May 3rd at one of his favorite parks. That's cool. That is cool, Lisa. My Allison's birthday is on the 5th. 2020, 2013. We are at 60 NIFCs, 61, 62, 63. There's probably 64. Thanks, Michael. I thought it was odd. It's not going great. We got a bunch of NIFCs, Martin, but my truck payment fell on her birthday. My first truck payment. Excuse me just a second. Yeah, I've done it that way, Crafty, but you can't tag is the problem that I've found. I haven't found a way around it. You can't tag people. Oh, thank goodness. They called my prescriptions in. Something going on with this app, though. It's not showing. Y'all excuse me just a second. Antibiotics and something for a little bit for the pain. It's a good deal. I will look forward. Man, I went to Publix. I told on Discord that I cooked supper. I kind of sort of did. Hey, the Jolly Roger. Ooh, Jolly Roger. I need to talk. No, I'll have to go get it. You have to pick it up in store, but there was a restaurant here in town that had like a dipping sauce. It was a barbecue sauce, I think, their signature, but it was absolutely excellent on chicken tenders and stuff of that nature. So I bought a bottle of hey, the Jolly Roger. I bought a bottle of Sticky Fingers Sweet and Tangy. and tried it, and it was not bad, but it was close to what we used to get from that restaurant that is closed now. All right, we're in the bottom of the box. Let's take a look for NC Prospectors just to see if we see any. I don't see silvery, but by the same hand, I don't see a NIFC ender, so maybe we're running out of those. But anyway, it was really light. It did not it did not have a kick to it. Allison was very sensitive to spice, heat. So, but it was just absolutely divine as a dipping sauce. And so I thought to myself, I said, "Sel, you ought to try to make something like that." But you know, with lack of culinary experience that I have, 3 more NIFCs, you know, I wouldn't know what to use for a base. It doesn't seem to be a tomato-based sauce. I would think, you know, honey or something of that nature to get it going with some water, or I don't remember, maybe a little vinegar, just thinking off the top of my head. But I would love to be able to figure out how to fix that, because this other sauce is not bad. I'm enjoying it, but I just remember that. Hey, Raymond. And it was so good. Oh, it was so good. And I almost want to think, I thought that it was in-house. Now, I might be wrong, which that wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing. Well, I don't know. I never had Sweet Baby Ray's. I'll have to get some to test it. I want sweet and tangy, not heat. So this was a Sticky Fingers barbecue sauce, and it was not bad, but it had just a little bit of heat to it. Nothing, you know, the heat didn't stand out. So I guess that would be my best way to describe it, was the heat didn't. So we are at 70 NIFCs. But I will try Sweet Baby Ray's. Do they make a sweet and tangy one? I've looked at their product, but I've never really looked at their product. All right, Jim, you go get them, buddy. That's a great deal. You're being able to do that and have some success with it on Whatnot 72D 2013. 2018, 71D. That might be a good one to do, you know, especially if you could figure out how to do that sauce. But I know, like, most barbecue sauces, you know, are like ketchup based. My barbecue sauce of choice is just plain old Kraft Original. That's what I like to put on my meat when I'm barbecuing. Kraft Original. Allison loved it. Everything I did kept that in the background. I will check them out, JC. I've seen them. I mean, they were there. I actually looked at them, but this one, as far as the label description, I thought might be closest to what I was looking for. 56 likes. Thank you, BH Stringer. Appreciate everybody being in today. Gabe, I hope you're having a good day. I know your dad is getting excited about moving into the new digs. They are closing in on the finish line there. Closing in on the finish line. Had some machine doubling on it. 71D. Hey, Kevin. Haven't seen you in a while. What you been up to? What you been up to? Awesome, Martin. Tell him I said hi. If you can hear me, Gabe, I'm saying hi. Hope you're doing well. That one looks different. It is just a 2020 NIFC. Good to see you, Kevin. Hope everything's going well with you. We have been in talk with doing the Chattanooga show again this year, Kevin, if you are a player again on that. It's going to be, I think it's going to be in October. That's fair change. If you would like, if one of you could grab that, the link for that show that we're kind of working toward going to, that would be great. Rehabbing some baseball. Can't get mad at that. We ought to do a Braves game one day, Kevin, and we could maybe hit the coin show in Georgia while we're on Sunday. We could do a Saturday night game and go to the coin show on Sunday mornings. They have that Georgia show every month. I haven't been to but one, but I'm after I get this tax nightmare straightened out, I'm looking to get back into it again. We're out there. That one looks silver, but I'm not. It's probably just dirty. Probably just dirty. I don't want to get your hopes up, NC. It's a 72. Man, that had a silver back on it for sure. I heard that. You need to. It's going to take you 6 months to get all that sawdust out of your nostrils. 2013. We are stacking up the NIFCs today, so we know that's going to be a 90 for you, NC. You can choose the one you like. 74, 71. Yeah, there's one every month, Kevin, in Marietta, Georgia. In Marietta, Georgia. And it's a nice little show. I would love to go back, and I'm going to, but I just got to get some things in order. Got to get some things in order. $73D, that one's seen better days. Yeah, how's your medical situation going, Fleabag? Have they done the stents yet, or are they still working through? I have to look. It was trying to remember. It had a coloration kind of like Italian dressing. That was the color, but it was sweet and tangy. Yep, we do, Martin. We do. So I do not think I'm going to make it to the Tulsa show this year, but that is a big show, a nice show to go to if you want to meet some of the YouTube personalities. They are, a lot of them are at that show. Rob had been no show for a couple years because of his health issues. So, but I think I heard that he was going to be there this year. So if you'd like to meet Rob, and he's a great guy. I mean, probably almost like the godfather of the coin hunting community. I know there might have been other people. Oh, nice. My dad has had to get some, had your blood pressure been low or high, Fleabag? My dad had been getting some low blood pressure and lightheadedness, and they put him on a new medication. to alleviate that. But they also told him that a lot of it's dehydration. He has plenty there to drink, but he does not drink enough during the day and gets dehydrated, and that hurts his blood pressure. Two 2013s and a 2020. Gonna be an even 90, and we're starting into the hundreds, close. Another 2020. 71D. New pills for blood pressure. Yeah, they gave my dad something that hopefully is going to stabilize his. Well, I was wrong. I could have swore that show was going to be in October this year, Dad's Spare Change. Thank you for posting that, though. That's the show that all of us on the eastern side of the U.S., half of the U.S. rather, are going to go to. So if you are interested in meeting myself, and I think Kevin said he was in, and Dad's Spare Change, and Hunting Southwest Ohio, then we will, good Lord willing, all be there. Okay, thank you, Jolly Roger. I will take a look at it. You know, the big thing about things like that is that, you know, you really don't know until you start cooking. You know, you have to kind of cook and experiment. And they say, no, that wasn't it. Then you got to decide. Say, my thing is, I can't never remember what I put in it. I can't ever, good Lord willing, that creek don't rise. We might see Net Theme there. Oh, that was October. That was your show, Net Theme. That's what it was. That was the Denver show in October. That was Denver show. If the stock market can settle back down again and not be losing 1,000 points a day, I might be able to afford to make it back out there in that thing. But it will be on a flight, not a train. Although, I could fly to Chicago to complete the journey that I didn't do well in planning. I could fly to Chicago and then take the train from Chicago to Denver and schedule it so that I would get to go through the mountains in the daytime. You know, in retrospect, that was so dumb. I was like, you know, my whole ordeal was, the whole deal was being able to go through the I learned my lesson, that thing. I learned my lesson. Let me see if I can empty this. All right. Watch your ears. This is going to be heavy. This should fill the whole bucket up. I mean, perfect. That's like Justin Wilson getting a teaspoon of salt. He's like, you don't think that's a teaspoon of salt? And he would pour it in there and it would be dead on every time. I guarantee. I guarantee. All right. I don't mind. Do I really want to say that? I don't mind cooking, but I don't like to cook. You know, I would much rather have a meal prepared that I can sit down and eat and maybe help out with the cleanup than have to cook it all myself. But you work with what you got, right? You have to work with what you got. We do a lot of air fryer and stuff, but so I bought chicken bits from Publix. This is what I do like to do. I'm going to cook. If I can supply the protein from somewhere else, and then And then, like I did that day, I got chicken tenders from Publix, and then I cooked rice pilaf and broccoli to go with it. Now, you know, the broccoli was fresh. So I went the extra mile on that, but the rice pilaf was in a box. So, but hey, that's how you cook. Alrighty, come on, box. We are down to the last 19 rows, or 14 rows rather. 14 rows of this thing. Been interesting from the 100% to Tulsa, 85 to Chattanooga. That's cool. That's good. I am trying to plan a trip to go see Shelly and Daniel in June, and I don't know that I can afford to do a trip up there, which is much more important than going to the coin show. No offense intended to anybody out there that I might have just offended, but I'm hoping to go up there and visit with them for about 3 months or so. I mean, Shelly said she had a bunch of time saved up. I figured 3 months would probably be about right. I mean, Hannah can take care of the hacienda. It ain't going nowhere. $71D. Y'all had to put up with me for 3 months, Shell Bell. You'd be buying me a ticket to go back home. 2023 P. It's a P though. 2020, 2023, 2020. No, I will probably fly. Probably fly. I have tried to look at routes and things, but because the train that gets closest to Shell Bell is kind of a seasonal thing, I have a hard time finding the hookups and all online, so I kind of just gave it up anyway. I'm gonna have to lean on I had some credits I thought built up for me to get my ticket with, because I had to cancel a ticket that I had gotten for Hannah. But unfortunately, the ticket's in her name, and I guess, I don't know if there's any way you can buy a ticket in your name, but somebody else flies, so that you don't get what happened to me. So Hannah's got points to go somewhere she should need to. So that's not a bad thing. 82D, 82P. We did find an OFG. Yeah, I know, man. Helicopters crashing, planes crashing. But that was not a bad train from Tuscaloosa to Washington. I enjoyed that leg a lot more than I did the leg from Washington to Chicago. That was rough. That one was rough. What's up, Bellows? Hope you are doing well. 2013, 2020, 71D. Can't believe they could not have put just a little bit of silver in amongst all these NIFCs. It wouldn't have hurt them too bad. They were giving all that back anyway. They could have just put about 3 or 4 90s in there. Everybody would have been happy. Yeah, they had a plane crash in Florida, Baton Raton or whatever. Had a helicopter crash in, was it New York where the helicopter crashed, I think? And another 2020. 10 rows to go for NC prospectors. Ooh, got a lot of new edges in this one. 2023 though. Let's check one. We have checked one a little bit. 2013. So let's start up there. 2013, 2023P, 2020, 2013. I mean, half of these are 2013s. Yeah, there you go, Crafty. There you go, Crafty. 2020, 2013. 2013, 2020, 2020. Yeah, I don't mind flying. I mean, it is what it is. If it's your time to go, it doesn't matter if you're on a train, in a car, moped, whatever the case may be. Last time JC flew was 1976. I've flown a good bit more than that. I had a trip, the longest, let's see, I had a trip to Germany. And I had a trip to Hawaii. We went to Hawaii one time. Those are my 2 longest plane rides. $2020s. I enjoyed seeing Germany. I really didn't enjoy being there so much. Can't remember if I had my hearing aids when I went, but trying to decipher accents, which, you know, here I am calling the kettle black, probably, because I'm sure there's people that don't understand the word I'm saying, so, but just like the other day, so I've been trying to, I had issues with TurboTax, so I tried to I'd get through to somebody that could help me out. Well, of course, I get a lady that's not from around here. I mean, she may be a U.S. citizen. I would be very, very surprised if she was. But she was so heavily accented that, and it wasn't her. You know, her English and pronunciation, or her, grasp of the English language was good. But I just, I can't, I couldn't hear. Even with my hearing aids, the hearing aids, and I put it on Bluetooth so that I didn't have to worry about other sounds interfering. And I finally had to hang up on her. I told her, number one, I thought she was a tax expert, and from what I could tell, she wasn't no expert. But I finally got back with the lady that's been doing my taxes, so we were able to work together to get things figured out. So 71D. Yeah, and some guy named Al picked you up, Shellbell. 2020. 71. We do need a random silver or something, so I'm hoping that maybe we'll get out of these NIFCs. You know, I always look to make a goose egg at least a 1, but 101 is a little bit much. A little bit much. $72D. Thank you, Tom Thumb. Appreciate your supporting the stream there, brother. $20. 2020. 72. 72P. And a 2013. I remember one stream we had over 400 NIFCs and silver. The box was sprinkled with 90s. You know, I want to say it may have been NC Prospectors that had that box, if my memory served me correct. Or, no, it wasn't. It was a J-Ram. J-Ram had that box, and we stuck with it. And luckily, I think we got a silver early. So we knew there was at least that one silver in the box, so we stuck with it and ended up with over 400 NIFCs. So one thing we did find out in the tax deal was that I'm not getting enough money cut out for state, so we were able to fix that. So hopefully next year, I don't mind paying. If I could figure out how I could pay $1 every year, send them a dollar bill, then you know that would be my happy place. All right, we're down the last 3 rows here. Come on, box. There's another 2013. 72. 2020. Nice, 74D. Hey there, Sir Benji. How are you doing, my friend? Y'all can catch Sir Benji Tuesdays at noon Central? Noon Central or Eastern. I think it's Central Time. I might be wrong. And then also he does a late night stream on Thursdays. So y'all make sure you check Sir Benji out for me. Tell him Walker said hi. But yeah, we're making it all right. Sir Benji, I hope your Sir Benji had a basement flood that was pretty bad, but not as bad as it could have been. So I hope you are getting that fixed. We have one proof, and all of these are NIFCs, Sir Benji. One ugly proof, and still counting on the NIFCs. There you go. Tuesday, 1 p.m., Thursday, 10. Okay, thank you, sir. There it is. There's the man. Check him out. Give him a shout. He also has a eBay store, so that just has all kinds of goodies. And if you are I think if you are a member or a subscriber in his stream and you see something you like, you can contact him, and he might give you a little bit off on that item. You never know. 2013, 2020, 78. $73. All right, last two rows. Last two rows. 2023P. 58 likes. Thanks everybody. I appreciate it. All right, we're starting another stack. Should be the last one. Last stack. We're going to finish this box. I'm going to take a quick brief potty break, and then I will be back. We will start the next box for Michael Erickson. We are hoping for less NIFCs, more Shine Y. Less NIFCs and more Shine Y for Mr. Erickson. All right, last roll. Empty box. Oops. Know why I moved that out of the way. Nothing astounding setting out. So, NC prospectors, you have some choices to make. So number one, you got a, well, let me look back and see how we had decided to do that with Mr. Erickson. That does look close. I see your picture now of the Carolina Gold. One thing I do remember is that it had peppercorns in it. Let's see, Mr. Erickson. Okay, so I think from what I understand, so you need to let me know what you would like for your start. You get a 90 and a 40 for your donation that was gifted by Michael Erickson, and you get another 90 for your skunk prize. And you get another 90 for the 822 NIFCs you got. So 3 90s. I need to know what you would like. You can have any of the big three. And wow, that's a bunch. So $152 NIFCs. I may be missing you, NC. Give me just a second. Let me get get this back done. 152. Not the most we've ever had. Oh, and then I must have hit enter. Somebody told me I need to fix that. Need to fix that. I don't know what I've done to mess that up. I know I hit enter, so I need to, after the NIFCs, that's where I need to go back when I believe. There we go. All right, I persevered. So did we see NC? There he is. There's NC Prospector. You're here. All right, so you have 390s. 390s. You can pick any of the 390s you would like. And then you also get a 40%er for the startup stream. You get a 90 for the NIFCs. And you get a 90 for your skunk prize. Remember, for 8 months. Thank you, sir. Benji Walker. One of each. Okay, one of each 90. So we got a Walker here. Walker here. This is a 44. And I need to get me some Benjis at the next coin show. Barbers. Hey, Benji, Benji, Benji. There they are. And a Benji is a 63. And now you need a Kennedy. 64 Kennedy. All right, there you go, my friend. That was fun. That was a fun little hunt, finding all of those. You got a good amount of silver, so you know, about $40 worth of silver there, probably somewhere in that neighborhood, and that will be coming to you. I will do that, Michael Erickson. Thank you. We will get with that. So this needs to go out this week. So let me put this over here. All right. That was super generous. Super generous. 152 NIFCs. I still have maybe 2 rows. That's just the one that I'm the least. Oh, there's your proof. I'm not going to flip your proof. NC Prospector, it can't. A little more damage is not going to hurt it. A little more damage. Hey, John Bryan, on my phone. Oh yeah, 152. At least they're circulated. All right, I'm going to open this box. You're welcome, NC. Thank you for you've been a long time member of the stream and supporter of the stream also, NC. I appreciate you very much. Appreciate you very much. I'm going to get this box open and I'm going to let you guys bask in the splendor of all of this silver. Well, I mean, it is silver. It's silver colored. There is one no, that may be a 95, pretty 95. So you guys bask, and I will BRB. All right, give me just a second. I'll be back. I am back. I am back. So good luck, Michael Erickson. And again, my friend, very, very generous of you to have donated that box. That was super nice. We are at 62 likes, 62 likes. Got a little bit of work to do to get to that 75. I do have a silver quarter and a nickel to give away. I finished my coffee. It's getting close to Mountain Dew time now. 1980 Ender. See what the inside of these look like. See what the inside of these look like. 71. I see I got sent Vinny a little package and he got it. 94, pretty 94s in this one. 82p. A little different feel, Michael. 72, a little different feel to this one. Email sent. All right, NC. Appreciate you as always. And again, Michael, very generous of you to donate the box. That was, I'm sure, a great surprise for everybody. Uh-oh, we got movie suggestions. '84 Bicentennial, 72D, Beat to Heck and Back. That one will probably not make it through the machine, so I might as well put it aside. Hey, David Rubin. Yep, that was very kind of him. There's LSR. How you doing, LSR? LNW. All right, got some colored ends on this one, but I don't think it's silver. 71, 73. Oh yeah, mine are done, but I'm not happy about it. Mine are done. Next year I'm gonna do them myself. I was just afraid with having to account for the changes that happened last year that I might need the help of an expert, but I think I can probably handle it. The Minecraft movie. I played enough Minecraft. Allison loved Minecraft. I saw that RFT was thinking about starting a gaming channel for Minecraft. Southern Metal used to do it. Minecraft was fun. I like 7 Days to Die. Minecraft would be fun with more people. So would 7 Days to Die, actually, though. If you can get a group, Jack Black, yeah. If you can get a group, yeah. Well, I talked to one lady that I was having trouble, and I couldn't get back to the lady that, unbeknownst to me, she was out with back problems. And so I ended up talking to another tax expert. Not only did she not speak great English, I don't think she was an expert either. So anyway, that's 45 minutes of my life I'll never get back. 72. And I hope y'all are doing well, LSR. Thank you for dropping in and touching base with me. Very good of you. 74D. Freaking Awesome is in the house. How you doing, my friend? Freaking is a great supporter of many channels. But only the best get a share. So not seeing the NIFCs. This one has the shiny 90s. We're going to call this box the shiny 90s box. The other box was the NIFC box. This box is the shiny 90s. Oh yeah, I hear you. Allison used to do taxes. She loved to do taxes. She loved numbers. But I'm just poking and hoping when I do taxes, if that program doesn't identify this, that, and other thing. But I thought that she told me I'd made a mistake way back in 2022, and so I owed a large amount to state this year, and I thought it was because of something I had left out in 2022, but it wasn't. It wasn't. I owed state that much because of the withdrawals, what they're paying in. So I had to call and adjust that. Hopefully it will be a little better next year. Hopefully, look. Of course, you know I saw. Well, we ain't gonna get into that. Whoop! Stop it! Stop it! Bad Walker. Bad Walker. No politics. Don't want Shell Bill yelling at me. $74D, $74D, not the DDO. $72P. Not the DDO. Okay, WalkerMagnet. My birthday's Thursday. All right, brother. You asked for it. Just don't be surprised when the United Postal Service guy is pulling up to your door in with a wheelbarrow. Man, that was almost an OFG. It's a 72D. Very, very close. That would have been a nice one. That would have been a nice one. But it's an almoster. Yeah, happy early birthday, Michael. What are you, like 29 now? You have made it to 29. I'm proud of you for persevering. Happy 29th birthday, my friend. 71D. 43 is not bad though. 43 is not bad. Well, to be honest, you know, none of it was bad. It's just another day on this old planet. You gotta live every one of them like it's your last one. Because you never know. No, it's been quite a while, but I have not been in the Discord on the gaming side very much, LSR. I can get Jacob to maybe touch base with him. He may, lots of shine wire there. He may have his number, LSR. I'll see if Jacob has heard from him or can touch base with him. Do you need him to get up with you or just wondering how he is? $71. this is a local friend, Free King, that we used to game with. Yeah, I'll shoot Jacob a text just to get him to check up on him, Elisar. It's good to do that. I know unless something's changed that he lived by himself, so he might appreciate somebody caring enough to ask how he's doing. LNW says, oh yeah, I forgot. Today's my birthday. Well, happy birthday, LNW. Happy birthday. 72D. Yeah, just a couple, you know. Just a couple. How you doing, Copper Owl? Copper Owl will be on tomorrow at 2. You're welcome, L&W. Everybody ought to have somebody around to wish them a happy birthday on their birthday. We just need anything else. We found a beat-up proof. This box looks promising. I have not found any NIFC. Paula Abram. I'm sorry about saying hi, not staying long, been having trouble with nosebleeds again. So I am behaving and resting. You do that. You do that. I used to have just out of the blue nosebleed when I was a kid. But they quit over the years. But good seeing you, Paula. Thank you for stopping in. Hope your nosebleed situation rectifies itself. I spent many an hour walking around with tissue paper stuffed up my nostrils. Michael, I really have no idea, A, where that came from, and why you would want to torture yourself. Number 2, of all the things you might wish for your happy birthday, $72D. I wish I could sing. The lady at church keeps asking me to come to the choir, and you know, I guess if I could bury myself deep enough in a choir, I might be able to hide my inability to sing, but we don't have but about 8 people in our choir, so it's hard to hide up there. Hard to hide. Little video church that my family has gone to forever. All right, it is time for a dump. All right, yeah, I have never in my life, Dad Spare Change, had an instant where somebody walked up and heard me sing and they said, "Oh, Mike, what a wonderful, joyful noise you're making." Usually they're trying to find an oil or something because they think something's about to come apart. All right, be right back. Man, I tell you what, that is absolutely perfect. It perfectly fills up one of my containers. So it's got to be a time saver because I'm not having to empty it so much. So oh, nose sprays years ago, man. My mother got addicted to that stuff. I have always heard that you can get you can become overly dependent on that stuff. And I mean, she was, in her last years, but if it might be a no FG. I see something there. Let's take a look under the scope. I don't know. There's a bump there, but what do y'all think? I think we might have found another no FG, I don't think those little marks are even like a partial of the initials. Lisa D's back, had a phone call, hope it went well. Well, if you got sub singing, you're doing good. You are on the no FGs. That you are right. That's the second one we found. That one's not in bad shape either, Mr. Erickson. I'm gonna stick her in a flip for you. Could have swore I saw one out. I do. My brother can sing. He's sung in barbershop quartets and all kind of things like that. And he'll get up in the church every night. My dad, and I flat out told my dad that we ain't going down that road. But my brother came down and went to church with him, and unbeknownst to my brother, my dad had volunteered him, and my dad sang the Old Rugged Cross together. And my brother called me and said, "Yeah, I'll be in town. I'll be in town Sunday. Gonna go to church for Dad. He volunteered us to sing." Which is really no problem for my brother. He and his daughter has a beautiful voice, but I had to tell my dad, we don't need no sudden invitations to close down the church. 70 likes. We are getting close. 75 likes is the next giveaway. Yep, that is one of the oldies and the goodies, Lisa D. Oldie and a goodie. I can't find my range. You know, I can build out, I'm not Shelby, I can build out a song, but I usually try to turn my voice to whatever, whatever key that whoever's singing it, whether it be Britney Spears or Conway Twitty, you know. But I can't seem to find my range that I'm comfortable singing in. And then, you know, you top it off with being stone cold deaf. That don't help matters either. 71D. $72P. Yeah, I like Adele now. I do like Adele. 72. I did a video I think Michael's referring to, and it was a long video, and I was pausing and starting it, and I had Adele playing on my computer, and I forgot to pause the music when I went back onto the video, and I had about a 20-minute segment of the Adele music I was listening to. You know, I don't think I got a copyright strike. I think something, I may have had to delete the video even. It was either that or go through and take that portion out. And so I may have just deleted the video to keep from getting in trouble with YouTube. $71D. Totally different flavor on this box. The new coins are 2023s and some shiny 90s. That could be true. Shell Bell also, that's right. You're probably right about that. You are probably right about that. 72D. Oh, cool. No shiny edges in that row. There's one there. 2023. 72P. I use the YouTube Music on my computer, part of my upgrade to YouTube. So I got the music stuff for free. And then I just found out that you can play the lyrics as you play the song, you know. So, because that's the other part. I've gotten many a chuckle out of me singing, and somebody heard me singing, and I completely had the wrong word because I couldn't hear them. And so you never know what kind of lyric changes I put out there with some of those songs, simply because I couldn't understand the words. Thank you, David Rubin. Hunting for Michael Erickson. Well deserving of a little pat on the back for his generosity today. We didn't find a whole lot for NC, but the bonus silver, I think, more than made up for that. Yeah, that could be, yeah. I remember, I know this is kind of opposite of what you were talking about. You were talking about the band, but when I got my hearing aids for the first time, I walked outside and I was like, what is that noise? And it was the birds singing. And like my grandfather clock, I can hear it chime, but I can't hear it tick. And it's just really so amazing what you miss with bad hearing like I have. I know Shell Bell is on board and understands all that too, but I've been like this my whole life, and there's things I had never heard before that I put hearing aids in for the first time. And so, and a lot of people can't wear them. You know, they don't like to wear them. And they do bother me a little bit sometimes. It's almost like there's too much input. You know what I'm saying? Because when you live with a hearing defect like I have, you kind of go around your world in a little cocoon of sorts, you know, of silence. Oh, that's cool, B8 Ringer. Yeah, those are good old songs. And then sometimes when you put the, thank you, David, when you put the hearing aids in, I mean, it's really for the first time, it's like, you know, kind of nothing, and then all of a sudden you put them in, and like you hear the clock ticking, you hear the dog scratching at the back door, you know, just all kind of sensory input comes crashing in on you. Sometimes that's a good thing, sometimes that's a bad thing. Well, I guess it's always a good thing, but sometimes it's an overload. Yep, you're right, Shell Bell, because Shell Bell helped me, really and truly, she helped me make the decision to bite the bullet on it and buy them. And my insurance wouldn't cover them, so that was all out of pocket, but it was some of the best money I've ever spent. Right up until the point that Angus chewed them up. Yeah, that was not a good day. My fault, of course, but, you know, not a good day. Wasn't a good day. I was not having fun that day. Luckily, I had a one-time replacement on them, so I was able to pay a little bit of money and get them back. So, and they were like on a TV tray. I was kind of fell asleep in my chair watching TV, and I had taken them out while I was sitting there. I know I've told this story before, so yeah. Well, that was why I got them too. Shell Bell helped me out a lot, but I also got them because Allison, especially in her later years, she just would get she would get mad if I didn't hear her on the first, you know, when she asked me to do something or she made a comment or whatever, and if I had to say huh one time, then she would not tell me what she was saying sometimes. And so that made me upset. And so I got those hearing aids, problem solved. Some pretty 82Ps in this box. We got one. We'll take another one. We will take another one. Yep, I got up, piddled around the house for a little bit. Thought, oh, I need to put my hearing aids in. Went to the TV tray. They weren't there. Found them on the couch. And you know, they didn't even ask me to bring them in with me so that they could see that they were damaged or whatever. I paid, I think, $250 or something like that, and they ordered me a new pair. Never asked for the old ones. Now, he didn't just do one, he did two. He got both of them. I appreciated thoroughness on that, because I might have been tempted to, to limp around a while with one ear on. Oh. 71D. Yeah, I guess that's the downside of them. Once you get them, you can't live without them, to be honest. Can't live without them. I love them in church, especially because our Sunday school teacher is a little old lady that's been there since Moses, and she's got a good, strong voice. She's kind of the lead singer in our choir, has been forever. And so she has a fine voice, but when I get in that class, she sits, several tables away from me. And when I don't have my hearing aids in, I can't understand anything she's saying. Can't understand a word. And then sometimes the lady that runs is the music director or whatever, she will change the song, and she'll say what the song is, from the pulpit, and I'm lost. If it's one I know, I sing along, and if not, and I just wait on the next one. How you doing, Otis? We are having a great time today. There is your first NIFC, Michael. I know you are proud that you can be on that. Try to hold the excitement down, Michael. Just kind of hold the excitement down. I haven't had a landline in a long time. So, hey, Crazy Jim, how are you doing? Crazy Jim, it's the better half on Crazy Jim's tablet because hers is broke. Hope you have a good day. We are, we're enjoying each other, which is a large part of this whole scenario. But the silver has not been cooperating as usual. Some very pretty coins though. Look at that 71. The 71D. If that was a DDO, that would be a mint state 71D DDO. Golly. It's not, but that R looked a little fat. Looked a little fat on that R. Michael Erickson, you did a backflip. Don't hurt your back over an NIFC, Michael. You are on the board. I do need to add that. I hope you are doing well, Crazy for Jim. Also, I hope Jim is still managing to stay out of the hospital. I know he had a little setback with his kidney function. So I hope he is doing better. We are getting close to the end. That is just a dirty coin. That is probably a 98. Oh, I don't see any walkers staring back at me, Michael. We're going to get it over here and get it under the light so we can take a look at it once we get these last few out and open. So at least the huntable boxes, and could have been worse. 73D. 95, shiny 90, shiny 97, 95 and 97. 75 likes. Thank you, Michael Erickson. Let's get that going for everybody. Got 3 minutes to get in. Giveaway has started. Let me give it a second, see if it's gonna switch over. Don't know why it does that. All right, 2 minutes, 38 seconds to go. Hop on in. The 75 light will be a silver quarter and a war nickel, 82p. Three rows to go on the top of the box. I might try and go pick up a flat box Monday from the other bank just to see what they're looking like. If I took one of these back and then use that money to go get a flat box, I would have this other box to mix with it if the other one is uncirculated, so that I can get them through the coin machine. I don't want them to think I don't want them anymore. The ones I want are the ones that are circulated. And I wish they were circulated with silver, but you know, you can't ask that. You can't ask that if they at least be circulated. At least be circulated. So if I do get a circulated box, I will let y'all know, and maybe we can hunt it Wednesday or Tuesday. John Bryan, I think you took a break from $half, so I'm not sure if you have any input on whether or not they're getting better. 71D. We've got 58 seconds to go to get in. Thomas tripped on a nickel's in the house. How are you doing, Thomas? Good to see you. Good to see you. $71D. Got 30 seconds. 30 seconds. There's 33 people in. I got 52 people in the chat, it says. So we have room for more. Room for more. 74D. 71D. Last row, top of the box. All right, let's pick a winner on this. Good luck, everyone. 75 likes is a quarter and a war nickel. And the winner's going to be Silver Serpent. I think you won recently. So, congratulations. Remember, the giveaway prizes will go out at the end of the month. So, we've got a couple more weeks to go before I ship all those. So, congratulations, Silver Serpent. I'm going to complete that. Go back to the chat. Some very pretty 79 and a bicentennial. And 74. 949, welcome the star supporter. Thank you, my friend. That is very generous of you to do that. You didn't have to, but you did. So thank you, sir, and welcome to the madness. Welcome to the madness. You know, oh, thank you. We're on chat. You know, I wonder about this, the way I do the drawing, but it does throw a zinger in every now and then. You know, we get people that haven't won in a while. We usually have at least one or two that hasn't won in a while, gone through that. I know, like Hunting Southwest Ohio uses Nightbot, so I'm not sure if there's really, I appreciate you, 949. That was very generous of you. Very generous of you. And at the end of every stream, we do a members only drawing for a 90%er, something I added just recently. So I think we have a Benji, a 51 Benji maybe, in the final envelope there. So let's see. That is at 88, I believe. It looked funny. Well, looks like more of the same, Michael. More of the same. We will continue on. We do have a 100 likes giveaway set up. I think it's a 64 Kennedy maybe for the 100 likes. We will have 2 EOSs, one for the masses and one for members only. So stick around for that. Hopefully,
never surrender.
Haven't heard that one in a while, Michael. Thank you. Haven't heard that one in a while. We do have a new silver song. I would love to play it for you. I would love to play it for you. I know some of you, if not most of you, may have heard it because I played it out of normal silver music playing circumstance. I am going to be spread out. I'm going to make me a salad. Martin said I need to eat better, so I'm eating a salad. I made, got some fresh lettuce, made some ranch dressing, because you can't do a salad without ranch dressing. And I got some diced ham and those chicken bits. I cut up a couple of those and threw them in. So I'm not sure how healthy it is, but it is green. It is a leaf vegetable. Is lettuce a vegetable? Yeah, I tell you what, I couldn't tell you the number of times I have had to go into work when I was working nights. And a lot of times Paul would do a late night stream or whatever, and I could sit in my car, or even on lunchtime. Sometimes I could catch him when I went to lunch, and I'd have that song bouncing around in my head for the rest of the night. Tomatoes are I need tomatoes. I did not have tomatoes. I'm thinking about planting me a couple, a tomato plant. That would be something fun. Get my dad to come over and give me some pointers. He was the tomato guy. He always planted tomatoes and peppers. Of course, that was how he broke his hip. He was leaning down. There's a 2012 NIFC, leaning down to check a tomato to see if it was right. And then, unbeknownst to us at the time, he was having blood pressure issues then also. And so his blood pressure dropped, and when he stood up, he passed out, broke his hip, didn't know it was broken, so he tried to stand back up. That was not good. Didn't work very well. He misses living in his own house. it's an actual salad. I mean, and it was good, man. I ate it yesterday. I'm going to eat one again for lunch today. I told Hannah that I bought all that stuff and put it in the refrigerator. And I said, look, these chicken bits ain't for snacking. You know, I said, if you're ready for supper or lunch and want to fix you a little meal with the chicken bits and all, then you go ahead. But I said, these aren't for just reaching in the refrigerator and getting one because you got a little bit of a hankering for something and you don't know what it is. So we're going to milk those for another day or two, and then I have to think of something else to eat. I just can't do, you know, and I hope Grammy doesn't even hear this, but I absolutely loved her cookies. But I couldn't eat more than one or two. It's just, I can't take the heavy, sweet stuff anymore. Just, you know, a little bite here or there is fine, but green tomato soup. My granddaddy, of course, my grandmother was the original, my granddaddy's side of the family. Now, my grandmother, she knew her way around a tomato plant. And she used to grow what we used to call sandwich tomatoes. And the reason we called them that was because you could take one of those tomatoes, cut it, you know, and cut it up, and one slice would cover a square, you know, piece of bread. But I have pictures of my great-granddaddy on a step ladder picking tomatoes from the plant that he was growing. Of course, they were caged in and all, and so they were able to grow within the structure. She's around, Lucky James. She's just been having to work and had some things that she needed to do of late. So hopefully we'll be able to get her back in the fold one day. But she's, you know, she's young, so she's still got things to go and do. She's not, she does like it and enjoy it. She misses you guys and being in the chat and all, but she has things to do, especially on a Friday and Saturday rather. Friday, she would go in to meet a friend that she has not been in contact in for quite a while that wanted to hang out. So she was going to take Walker with her, and they were going to go to one of the parks here and let Walker have some exercise and chit chat. Roma? I've never tried a Roma on tomato. I use Roma to make salsa with. Tell you what, that might be the next meal is some tacos or something of that sort. That sounds pretty good. Sounds pretty good. We could do like a taco salad. I could do the taco meat. I'll have to think that one through. My mouth's watering now, so if I slobber on a coin, you'll have to. I like them too, Otis. I mean, I like them just with a little salt on them, salt and pepper. Allison liked mayonnaise on hers. I don't mind mayonnaise, you know, like in ranch dressing or on a sandwich or something, as long as it's not too heavy, but she liked mayonnaise on her tomatoes and on her lima beans. She liked a little spoon of mayonnaise on her baby lima beans. I do not like lima beans. Y'all are killing me. A little salt and pepper is all good tomato needs. Yeah, I like Romas in my salsa. They make, make a good salsa when they're good and right, but I don't do anything really special. My salsa is not cooked. It's just in a food processor, but it's pretty good. It tastes good on a chip. Salsa on a chip, Duke mayonnaise. No, Bama mayonnaise, Jim Thompson. Bama mayonnaise is the bomb. Bama mayonnaise. Most of y'all probably didn't even know they made Bama mayonnaise. Yeah, the beef steaks are good. Yeah, I just like tomatoes. I've always liked tomatoes. And sometimes there's things that I would like to cook, but most of the shows you watch when they cook, they're cooking on gas. And so, that's like what did I do? The rice pilaf. It has to cook for an extended time, that you cook that water out and let the rice and all get tender. And so I had to turn it up high, of course, to get everything bubbling, and then you're supposed to turn it down to a simmer. Well, I've got a glass, ceramic stove, doesn't have the eyes, and it takes it forever to cool down, And I just feel like, whoo, what a beautiful 74D. There is no way. And I say that just like they said on Smokey and the Bandit last night. There is no way you came from my loins. I just wanted a sneak peek of that before I put it under the scope. It's not the DDO. But man, what a beautiful DDO that. I have vowed never to grade another 74 DDO. So, but that one might have made a liar out of me. I probably would have had to took a chance on that one. This is one of the containers that's similar to what I used at Pa's house. And so I picked some up at the store the other day, and I mean, it is absolutely perfect for this. And the amount of coins it holds is perfect for my little thing. I've got gas plumbed in, Jim, but I have never cooked or had a gas stove. And but from a cooking standpoint, it looks like it is the best way to go. There's just too much time with a regular stove. Now, what you can do, but what I wish they would do, they stagger the eyes. You have you have a small eye and a large eye, then you have a small eye and a large eye. I wish that they had the large eyes on the front and the small on the back. So, because what you can do in that situation, if you need to go from a heavy boil to a simmer, is switch it to another eye that's set low already. And so I have done that before as a get around, but it's still not ideal. 71D. Oh yeah. I wish I'd have bought me some tomatoes. We got a little farmer's market that should be opening for long, and I will have to have. Oh, yours does? See, I wish mine did that way. It would just make it easier to swap the pan to a cooler eye, without having to put it on the back of the stove. So it'd be right up front to where your cooking is. But mine are staggered. If it ever goes out, though, I'm going to shop around a little better. Hey there, DTS Coins. How are you? Good to see you. Yeah, mine doesn't have the, you know, the adjustable size eye thingy. It's all one deal. So, another beautiful 82p. 71D. I know it's probably not good. Ooh, 2024D. A little different. We found a few of those though. You don't need a 2024D, do you, Michael? That one, I mean, it's got a almost a what do they call that? Kind of a frosted look to it. I don't think it is one of those coins that I'm thinking about and can't remember the name to. Nah. It had a stain on it anyway, but it had a stain on it. So how are your Phillies doing, Michael Erickson? I see the Braves are not doing well. That's the closest professional team I have for baseball. And I don't follow them, or I'm not a huge fan, but, you know, if I'm struggling to find something to watch and they're on, I'll catch a few innings. I like to go to the baseball games much more than... I like to go to the baseball games much more than I like to watch them on TV. Because they have a brat stand. Game just started, says Nicole. They have a brat stand. Now, I haven't been to the new Atlanta Stadium, I don't think. But over next to the dugout for the visiting team, there was a brat stand over there. Man, the whole drive over there, I would be thinking about getting one of those brats and munching down on it. Onions and peppers and 72p. Peppers and onions, yeah. I like peppers and onions. Allison did not like green peppers. I ordered me a Pizza Hut deep pan super supreme, and the only thing I asked them to take off was the black olives, and they didn't do that. But I was okay with that. But I had green peppers on everything but anchovies. Of course, they don't usually anchovies. I guess you can get them on a pizza, but they're not going to be like automatic, you know. The whole reason you and Nikki go, hey, that's a good reason. Good reason. I'm just trying to get in the right frame of mind to make a trip over there and see a game. Oh, yeah. Oh, Fleabag is back in action. Fleabag is back. Yeah, my granddaddy used to always keep a big garden. Of course, as a youngster, I hated working in that garden. But then he had a heart attack back in the early 70s, had to have 5-way bypass surgery. And I mean, back then, that was not, I mean, it's bad enough now, but especially back then, that was not a walk in the park. He had an old pickup truck that had rack and pinion steering, king pins, so it didn't have power steering. They would not let him drive that truck. He could not shoot a shotgun or go rabbit hunting for a year. Couldn't run his tiller in the garden. And so he went from super very active to not doing everything or anything. And I still think to this day that is what finally did him in. And he had macular degeneration. He developed that later in life. So, and when we would go rabbit hunting, he couldn't stay out with us enough to actually go to where the rabbit was coming. So we would carry him a chair, and then he would sit there at the truck with his shotgun. And I can't say for sure whether it was loaded or not, but you know, our thought was as we were walking out to find the dog and shoot the rabbit was that, you know, where do you hide from a blind man with a gun? Especially a shotgun. He was a tough old coot, David, but that did not go well. I didn't feel but 47, so give me just a second. Alrighty, let's put a top on it. Put a top on it. I haven't had deer meat in many moons. Allison would not eat anything that was not processed in a normal fashion. I got a bunch of parking tokens I've been trying to weed out. I bet I got enough parking tokens to last for quite a good while. All right, we got, what, 11 rows to go. It was an 82P shell bell. Another 82P, no FG. Today is the 12th. This month is getting away from us. This month is getting away from us. Well, I tried to plant a garden one year, and I borrowed my dad or my granddad tiller. We'd been in this house for 25 years or so can't remember if my granddad was still with us or not, but I borrowed a tiller anyway. And let me just say this. I'm just going to say this. It's not a good idea to plant a garden in your neighborhood, in your backyard, if you have underground utilities, because you know what's going to happen? You will look down and see your cable, your internet cable, wrapped in the tines about 87,000 times. Wow, the doubling on that. That is very weird. That is a 71, but I believe that's machine doubling. But man, wow. It's only on the outer portion of the, yes. So, and those of you that knew my wife, that was like DEFCON 8 if the internet goes out. And so, luckily my next door neighbor had some tools that I was able to splice the line back together and get us back going again. But that was my last gardening adventure. Oh no, they only bury those cords 5 or 6 inches deep. You know, it's very rare for us to get an extended freeze down here, but we've never had any issues with it as long as I wasn't digging it up with a tiller. Oh, not on internet. Not on internet in my house. Just like now, I've spent money on, I've got, right now I am paying for fiber optic AT&T internet and Comcast. And thank goodness I hadn't pulled the trigger on canceling my Comcast, because so far I've not been very happy with the fiber optic. I haven't been able to get it to stay running long enough to do anything with it. I hooked it up yesterday. It worked good for a little bit, and then and then it quit. And I never could get it to going back again. So I hooked Comcast back up, back in business again. So I'm not going to do two things. I'm not going to cancel Comcast until I know this fiber optic deal is going to work. You know, it's got great numbers. If you run a speed test with it, it's killing the upload and download speeds, but it just hasn't been dependable for me yet. So we're going to try to figure that out, whether we're going to stay with that. Of course, now, they talked me into doing my phone. Yeah, I don't blame you, Hannah. Stay out and enjoy. They did call me something in for antibiotic and something for my tooth, Hannah. So they didn't get it in last night, but it's there today. So I'll try to run out. I bet. Are y'all at the dog park? He hasn't been to the dog park in months. I'm glad y'all got back together. It's been a while since you've seen Eli, so I hope y'all have a good time out today. Oop.
Hello, darling.
1969. Bottom of the box. Got us on the board. Oop. Thank you, Fleabag. Got it. Got it done. That makes me so happy. Let's put it on the board, why don't we? Put it on the board, why don't we? So we need now, we just need a 90 for a fill the board. We just need a 90 for a fill the board. Oh, God. I had one of them. Well, my stepbrother had one of those. And he had a like a 63 Chevrolet Impala. It was my stepbrother. I may have said that already. And it was his dad's. And I had carried it to school to change the oil. And I went to take it for a little test drive, you know. Yeah, we got a few in the first box. We have a couple in this box. I don't think we had 152, so I need to add a NIFC also. Need to add a NIFC also. It's going to be 154 total. One proof, 140, one miscellaneous. Should be accurate. Oh yeah, this was really ugly that he did this, but I had a cousin that had one on his truck, and we had a bridge that the train ran under and by a sizable creek. And so the popular thing to do was to go down there and sit on the trestle, you know, and fish. and my cousin was coming along. He saw this guy perched on the edge of the trestle, and about the time he got to the bridge, he laid on that train horn. As I said, it was not very nice, but things got to moving pretty quick there on the old trestle once he laid on that horn. Now I think they've outlawed them down here. You can't have them anymore. You know, it's always cool to find NIFCs, and, you know, even finding that many of them, it's something to say, yeah, you know, well, we did this and had 154 NIFCs, NIFCs, but, I mean, it's part of the hunt. Better than, I guess that's better than not, like, having no finds, which we've done that enough. That one looked like a proof, but it is a shiny 86p. Shiny 86p in the house. 71D. So I went through some coinage that my aunt and uncle had. Didn't find anything crazy. They had a couple rows of Kennedy $50 in there. I found a 66 40%er in there, and then also a Merc dime. So it was not for naught. But there wasn't. My uncle kept saying, "Now we're going to be waiting on you to call and tell us that we're millionaires." Oh, I said, John Bryan, John, you have got so many irons in the fire, my friend. I do not see how you keep going. I guess that's the secret to the longevity. You just don't stop, right? Don't stop. I wish I had. I lost my train of thought. Was I talking about a test drive? Because I don't remember what I was talking about, John Bryan. You're going to have to help me out there. Give me a little context, John Bryan. Because the test drive ended up in a new truck, if that's what you're talking about. All right, 4 rows to go. Then we got a little short auction we're going to do. There is a list on the communities tab and in our Discord channel. Everybody in the Discord gets some of the first notice on the auction items. Oh, is that it? The horn? I always put my auction items on the Discord as well as in the community post, so everybody got a chance to get that second mortgage or whatever you need to do to participate in the auction. I heard that. 72p. Oh, yeah. So, sorry about that. So I did the test drive, and as I was going out, I did the Ooga horn, and my teacher heard it, and he told me to not do that again. And so when I went to go park it, I thought I was far enough from the shop that he wouldn't hear me, so I hit it again, and he was waiting on me when I got back. That was back, you know, when I had the board. You know, you done stuff you knew you wasn't supposed to do, you got the board. There wasn't no timeout. There wasn't no, I'm going to call you daddy or your mama. I'm going to take care of it right here. I have another teacher that gave you choices when you got in trouble. He said you can have the bold, or the bold. So at least you had a choice. The bold of education. Yep, KJ, yeah, that was back in the day now. That was back in the day. I didn't get a ton of them, but I got enough to understand where it was coming from. And then, of course, you know, it wasn't like it was, they took you to a room and did it, you know. I mean, they were putting that on you, and then you had to walk right back into the classroom, so you couldn't break out squalling because of the board. So, I mean, it was tough back then. You kids nowadays, y'all got it made. That's what I'm saying. Yep, the Board of Education. Yeah, it was still very prevalent for me. And truth be known, I would rather get the board there than get the board at home, if you know what I mean. My daddy tells a story about, my dad and them grew up very, very poor. And, Michael, I'm going to let you make the call on that. I'm going to let you make the call on this. I can't see. I can see, but I can't see. Trying to turn it different ways to see if we can. I don't see it either. That, though, is a 72D DDO. It's not in as good a shape as the previous 82P, but that is, I mean, not DDO, no FG. So we are batting 1,000 on the no FG options for today. A 72D and a 82P and a silver. And a silver. What more can you ask for? Except maybe a 90. Except maybe a 90. Screen, please. Screen, please. Gotcha. Go to our find and add a second miscellaneous. Second miscellaneous. And maybe we can find another silver or two. Got one row left, Michael. I tell you what, man, this has been some crazy looking 82Ps. They are so clean. We just need one of those to be a no FG. That would be a grader if we get one clean enough. You got that right. My grandmother, this is no lie, Tom Thumb. My grandparents lived in the same house for their life that I remember. Now, they moved from the old country, if you will, which would be like... still in Alabama, but old country upbringing. They moved to the big city. And, of course, I was telling you earlier about my grandfather's garden every year. Hey, Roger Ivy. And, but there was a strip in that garden, Tom, out to where the edge of the woods were, that was where the switches were harvested, that would not grow anything. It was packed down so bad that they couldn't get anything to grow there. My grandmother had made so many trips across the garden to get switches. And yes, I did make the mistake of bringing a rotten stick back. And that was, like you said, that was not a good call on my part. Not a good call on my part. 71D. All right, Michael, we gave it the old college try there, friend. So you have some choices to make. So you've got two no FGs, a 82 and P and a 72D. I put that on there wrong. You have two NIFCs that I'm going to give you a war nickel for, if you so like, and you've got 267. So you get another. Let me do this one at a time. So you get another 40 for the beginning of the string. You get 90s of your choice. So you got 3 coming. You got a 90 to go with the start. You got a 90 for skunk. So you got 2 90s to choose. 2 90s, and I'm gonna give you a war nickel for the dimes. Numismatics in the house. How you doing, my friend? So, Michael, if you would let me know what 2 90s you would like, we will complete your hunt for the day. Brother Nickel, okay, please give the no FGs away. All right, we can do that. I will just add them. I'm going to put one in the EOS. Now, the EOS today is from Jim Thompson. Jim Thompson sent me a whole row of 40s, and I've been using those for giveaways. And then we're going to put the 82P. I'll tell you what, we're going to change that. I'm going to put the 82P in the regular giveaway, and I'm putting the 72D in the member drawing. So those will be the end of the string, which is now. I wonder how we are. I don't think we made it to 100. No, we got 87. So I'm going to start the EOS for this, and then we'll get on with the auction. So while I'm doing that, while that's running, although I got to do 2. Let's just wait to the end. We might hit 100. If we wait to the end of the auction, we might hit 100. So I'm going to go to the restroom. But you didn't tell me. Walker's please for the 90. Thank you. I'm going to go to the restroom, and then we are going to we got a 42 and a 43. I'm going to go to the restroom, and then we're going to start with the auction, and then we will hold the EOSs until the EOS. And then maybe we will hit 100 then, and can give away that 100 likes. All right, that's Michael E. I will be right back. Hey, I still got my note. All right, I am back. Everybody refreshed and ready to go? Oh, I heard that, Fleabag. I am all about some of that. Matter of fact, I usually keep one in my drawer here. There it is. All right, so first up, we have what do we have? Let's look. Oh, Canadian cent. This is an 1892 Canadian large cent. Starting bid is $1. I'm going to take it out of the flip. I'll put it back in one so that I want to be able to show it off to its best beauty. I'm going to go to the large screen, get her dialed in. Elizabeth Flood's in at $1. Lighting seems to be there. There it is. So Canadian large cent. Elizabeth Flood is in at $1. Elizabeth Flood is in at $1. 1892, 1 cent. Got good detail left on it. The obverse is a little bit wore, but it's all there. Nice clean coin. Got Nicole Erickson at 2. Nicole Erickson is in at 2. 1892. Thank you, the Jolly Roger. Elizabeth Flood is at 3. Elizabeth Flood is at 3. Nicole Erickson's at 4. It is a nice coin. I find these at the shows, and anytime I do, I try to pick them up. Have to be careful though, because like 1881H, you know, I think is one a lot of people have. I've sold a few. I've got one still. So 1881H is one that people seem to have. So, you know, you got to be careful of not picking up repeats. So always try to pick these up when I can find them for people's collection. We got Michael Erickson at 6. We got Elizabeth Flood at 7. Elizabeth Flood is at 7. So thank y'all for the bids. Michael is out to Elizabeth. You got it so far, Elizabeth. You are at 7, and you are good. You are good. Michael is out. Elizabeth going once to Elizabeth at 7 there, Chicken Man. Let me get it back in a flip for you. Oh, Brown Sugar's in at 8. Elizabeth Flood's at 9. Brown Sugar at 8. Elizabeth Flood came back at 9. And this one still had good detail. Brown Sugar at 10. A little bit wore on the obverse, but all the details are there. Elizabeth Flood at 11. Elizabeth Flood at 11. Whew, Paul's starting. That was what my phone vibrated for, because I'm bumping Paul spare time. You are welcome, Martin. I'm so glad that Gabe enjoys this. It just, you know, makes my heart putter knowing I've got somebody that enjoys it so much. So we got Elizabeth. Out to Elizabeth, says Brown Sugar. So Elizabeth, you have it going once. Chicken Man, counter on down, going twice to Elizabeth Flood at 11. All in fair warning. Elizabeth, I should be able to stamp mail that so there's no shipping attached. If you are good with me mailing that way. That is number one. Congratulations, Elizabeth. Thank you so much. Next up is one of the ancient Roman coins. So it is a Valens. Not sure what that means. I guess that's the emperor's name, Emperor Valens. He was emperor from 364 to 378 AD. So this is the coin. It's not got the detail that some of the others have, but you know, these are archaeological finds. You know, these are metal detecting finds, or somebody you know, digging these up over time. So if there's any interest, it's only $1, starting off at $1 for a coin that is very old, very old. Let it sit there and boil for a minute. Shell bell's in at 1, she says. I'm sorry, this one just does not have the clear detail on some of the others that we've done, but it has been around for a while. Thank you, Elizabeth. Shell bell has the bid at 1. Now Elizabeth is at 2. She's saying, Walker, you could probably slip that in with that other one and still get away with a stamp. Shell bell is at 3. Got a little bit of the bust there. I wonder if I get closer, if I can get some better detail on that. There is a little better picture of it. You can still see the lettering on the coin. Shell bell is at 3. There's the reverse. That's the part that is kind of unsure of what might be on the back. Look like a man maybe standing with a sword or something. I don't know. Elizabeth Flood, 4. Elizabeth is in at 4. But I've looked through all of them. I got another one that's damaged. It's kind of bent a little, but it has some good detail. So that may be the next one we come up. Yeah, alien. Elizabeth, you have the bid at 4. Is there any opposition to 4? If not, start counting her down, Chicken Man. Start counting them down. Shell bell's out. Elizabeth, you are the lady at $4. $4. Going twice to Elizabeth at 4. All in fair warning. All in fair warning. Sold to Elizabeth. Thank you, Elizabeth. I'm going to take it out of here and I'm going to put it right on in. Actually, I'm going to put it in a penny flip for you. Or a nickel flip. See what I got. Thank you, Elizabeth. Next up, we have a 1859 seated. Starting bid on this one is going to be 50. I'll go ahead and put it under there where y'all can be. I thought it was starting bid 50. Did I do that wrong? May have been 40. Whatever Shell bell said, that's the starting bid. Whatever Shell bell said. You can actually see the detail better on it, not under the scope on that little coin. I threw a curveball in there, Shell bell, because I usually put them higher to lower, and I didn't do that this time. All right, Shell bell, starting bid $50 for the 1859 seated quarter. This is a seated quarter. Here's the reverse. That is wholesale money for that coin. That grade is guesstimated at about a VF, somewhere in the VF range. Well, usually I start them, I kind of do them in order of value, and I got this one in front of the proof sets, and so anyway, $50 for a 1859 seated quarter if there's interest. Let that boil for just another few seconds there, Chicken Man, and you can count her down. I am ready for the Diet Mountain Dew. I haven't had my Diet Mountain Dew today. That's dedication. That is dedication. Thank you, Chicken Man. All right, next up is a 2001 silver proof set. I'm going to go back to the regular viewing 2001 silver proof set. And I want to make a point of noting how nice the boxes are on these sets. This end's still glued, not a lot of fraying around the edges where it's been opened and closed a good bit. So pretty nice set. So this is the 2001. So the quarters, you've got New York, Vermont, North Carolina, Rhode Island, and Kentucky, all 90% silver. And there is the obverse. The obverse is free. I showed the reverse first. Actually, I did it because that's the way it opened up. But the obverses are the same. And there are the reverses again because they're so lovely. And then you have the 2001, 90% half, 90% dime, and the Indian lady there. So we have NetBean. NetBean comes in at $45. Thank you, NetBean. Pete, I appreciate it. 46 says Dad's Fair Change. Dad's Fair Change says I'm a player at 46. Now I have just about every year of these through 2011, I think. There may be, I think I've got every year through 2011. So there will be more of these down the road. If you're looking for these to have a full set of silver proof coins sets, then here's your chance to put some into the rotation. Yeah, PTF was behind. You missed out on the ancient coin. Elizabeth Flood snatched it. So we have Dad's Fair Change going once to Dad's Fair Change for 46. I would have to look through my quarters and see. Michael Erickson, I'm going to make a note. And I will check on that for you. If I have one, it might just end up in your package, like happy birthday. Going once at 46. JC Likes Pam comes in at 47. JC Likes Pam is in at 47. Oh, well, that's nice of you, Elizabeth. Thank you for doing that. 47 to JC. 47 to JC. And then we will have one more, and we will have made it through another Saturday with Walker. And if y'all get with it a little bit, 9 more likes will put another 90%er into the no, a 40%er into the EOS. Nope, a 90, because my 100 likes is a 90. I was wrong. Okay, let me get that. North Dakota and Oklahoma. I will check it out. Smog the Magnificent. Yep, it was a big NIFC day, my friend. Lots of 2013s, lots of 2020s. But yeah, crazy day with the NIFCs. So we are at 47, all in fair warning. Dad's Spare Change had come in at 48. 48. Dad's Spare Change going once at 48. Going twice to my good friend, Dad's Spare Change. PTF, you missed a seated. Were you interested in that seated quarter? I had a 1859 seated quarter earlier. I know you were behind. I didn't know if you might have interest in that. All right, thank you, Dad's Spare Change. Thank you, sir. So we have another silver proof set. This is a 2002. Again, just would like to note the condition of the box being very, very good if you're collecting these. There is the COA, and here is the coinage. So with this one, you get, oh, that's great. That's nice, Dad's Spare Change. I'm glad we were able to put that out there for you. So here we have Tennessee, Indiana, Ohio, Louisiana, and Mississippi going to JC like Pam. Winning bid so far at 45. Thank you, JC. And then you have the 90% half dollar, 2002, along with the 90% dime, a beautiful, I tell you what, nickels, when you find a clean proof nickel, they are very pretty. Then you have the 2002 S penny. Now, is it zinc or copper? Let's delve into that. It is plated zinc with 2.5% copper. So the nickel is 25% nickel, balanced copper. Then you got a 90% dime, 90% half dollar. Oh, you're welcome. Just wanted to update you in case you were interested. So thank you, sir. So JC like Pam going once. Let's go once, JC, at 45 for the 2002 silver proof set. 2002 silver proof set. JC liked Pam going twice, $45. Going twice, all in fair warning. All in fair warning. And sold to JC like Pam. Thank you, JC. I appreciate it. Just hit Arkansas. I was just there recently. Hey, Silverman 92. I was just there recently. All right, 92 likes. I'm going to put the 100 likes aside. We're going to go ahead with the EOSs. We're going to start first with the EOS. The 40%er here is from Jim Thompson. He donated some 40s for me to give away. So we're going to use that. You got 2 minutes. And then we'll also do another drawing. Now, you get a 40%er and a 82p no FG in this package, and you get a 72D no FG in the members only drawing. So jump in while you can. While that's running, I think I'm gonna go get me a Diet Mountain Dew and get started on it. I'm gonna fluff up my lazy boy while I'm back there and get the masters going. Can't hardly beat that. Ice cold Mountain Dew. Got 31 seconds. 31 seconds. Smog the Magnificent, member for 4 months as a star supporter. Thank you, my friend. Very generous of you to continue that. I appreciate you greatly. You got 10 seconds to go. 10 seconds to go. Then we can do a raid over to Pa's Bear Time. All right, fixing to draw. We are good. We are done with that. Good luck, everybody. Picking a winner. This is for the 82p no FG and a 40%er, Roger Ivy. Roger Ivy, look at you go, Roger. Look at you go. I got one more. I'm going to start the next one. Congratulations, Roger. You are a winner. And I'm going to complete that. And then I'm going to do a members only. So you have to be a member to win this. It will be a 90%er. I think it's just a 90%er Kennedy and a 72p no FG. You have 2 minutes to get in. Members only. How are you doing, Chris Helms? And then we will call it a day. Found silver. I mean, you know, the name of the game, and we came through with one, so it was nice to see it. Very nice to see it after a box with 152 NIFCs in it. So, very, very good. 1 minute, 14 seconds to go. We got 23 people in. Have to be a member for this drawing, just remember. So if you're not a member, there's a chance you could jump in right quick. You got 1 minute and 1 second to become a member. Crafty Dragon's a member. She's in. She is in. Captain Vic, Gina, I am sorry. Another fun string. Thank you, PTF. No, hey, that's all you, Michael Erickson. That you're the one that made this so fun today. That was super generous of you to donate that second box like you did. And sorry we didn't find NC Prospectors some silver goodies, but I think you did all right. You didn't do too bad yourself. That was a good box for you too, especially adding the silver into it. I appreciate you getting us out of the skunk. Getting us out of skunk. Thank you for what you do, David. You're a very encouraging person, David Rubin, and I appreciate that. All right, so that's going to end this one. We're going to pick a winner. This will be for the 72D no FG and a Kennedy shell bell with the wind. Shell bell with the wind. Coming in strong. Thank you, Shell Bell. And got Roger Ivy. Now, remember, these are giveaways. They will go out. Will go out at the end of the month. So just remember that. Me and Hannah Bug will be sitting down and knocking out the shipping on these at the end of the month. So it will be another couple of weeks before those go out. And I guess with that being said, is there any other business that we need to conduct here? Any other business that we need to conduct here? I don't know. I don't think so. I think we're pretty much done. So, you know, we got to do one more thing, though. We've got to go see Pa, tell him WalkerMagnet sent you. I can't, yeah, Shell Bell, thank you. I appreciate that. I do appreciate that. With that being said, we will say goodbye until next time. I will probably try to get in on Rick's stream tonight and see what he's doing as far as Tuesday, Wednesday. Yep, thank you, Lisa D. And if I may try to get a flat box, see if I can get one circulated. If so, I will offer that up for Tuesday, Wednesday. If not, you know what we'll be doing? Nickels. Yes, I know, Michael Erickson. Thank you. Y'all are super, super understanding with that. It does help a bunch. So y'all take care. Have a good day. Have a good week. Enjoy your weekend. I hope off. John Bryan never gets a day off. But take care, everybody, and we will talk to you next time. Bye, everybody.